Hey guys, it's Brooke here, and today I just wanted to have a discussion about doing the right thing in your life while you have the time to do it, and making smart spiritual decisions. As everyone does know, that we live in a temporary world, and even though sometimes we can get so attached to the physicality of things, we always have to remember each day that we all have specific objectives in our lives that we have to carry out. And we all have a specific agenda, a spiritual agenda. And if we don't fulfill that within our lifetime, then when we pass away, we might feel like incomplete. Sometimes people get caught up with money, rent, bills, cars, relationships, but you always have to remind yourself at night when you go to sleep that this is only an experience. And one of the worst things that can happen to someone is they don't make peace with everything they need to make peace with in their life before they pass on. So this video is just to remind people that I know life is hard. You know, the material world is structured in a way where they meaning the elite or the powers that be, they want us to focus more on bullshit pretty much than our spiritual journey. And it is important that we have a job. It is important that we take care of our kids. It is important that we have a roof over our head, but they make us, they put us in a situation where we're so focused on survival that we don't understand the bigger picture, which is, why are we here and why are we carrying out this life? Why do I have this body? What's the purpose of a body, you know? But before I even go on any further, I just want to light some candles and burn some sage here just to clear the energy. I have a red candle, a black one, and an orange one. The red one is of Satesh, mastering opposition, thinking outside of the box. These are Kemetic gods. This candle, the black candle, is Asar, regeneration, stillness, and knowledge of self. And the orange one is Ra, protection, purification, and power. And I wanted to light these candles tonight because I feel like, for me personally, these are the ones that need to be lighting. I'm going to burn some sage here just to clear the energy, purify the energy. Alright. And this video is for everybody today, that everyone stays pure and cleanses their self. You know, ever since I've been doing my rituals, I haven't seen any demons. I haven't been bothered by any demons. I haven't been approached by anything in my dream state. The only thing that I've been going through during this week was bad insomnia because of just things that I'm worrying about in the material world. Like, oh, I need to make sure my art is at this level, and I got to make sure that my business is doing better than it. You know, I'm worried about these things, but sometimes I have to take a step back and say, okay, you know, these things are great, but why do I do the things that I do? Because it all goes back down to spiritual. I'm a creative soul, and I know I want the best out of, you know, what I can do for myself and my art and everybody that enjoys the work that I do. And this is a tough journey. At times, the material world can get very heavy. You know, it really takes your mind off the spiritual, and sometimes your mind will take your self away from your heart, and then sometimes your heart could take yourself away from your mind and your spirit, and all that has to be in ma'at, and all that has to be in balance. Have to drink some water. My throat is killing me. My allergies, you know, they're spraying chemtrails every day or something, because I used to have allergies, but they've never been this bad. And I know a lot of people who caught the flu a lot lately. So, and I caught the flu twice this year, which never happens. This is the first time this has ever happened in my life. I usually catch one really bad cold, and then for the rest of the year, I'm fine. This particular year, I caught a flu in September, and I caught another flu in last month. And I was sick for 2 weeks. And I felt like unimaginable, relentless pain. So I know they're spraying the air. You know, there's so many forces that are causing an opposition. That's one of the reasons why I got this candle Satesh, which helps with opposing negative energies. And this candle and this energy is supposed to help protect against that. Because there is a lot of opposition in the world, you know, that's trying to keep us down, that's trying to put our vibration down. The elites know that this is not real. And this is just an experience. It's just a spiritual journey. Basically, if you want to be technical about it, or if you want to use it in a simpler sense, we are characters in a video game. And our essence, our soul, and our spirit is real. But the characters that we play are just our means of learning what we have to learn through our lifetime to get to our spiritual enlightenment and objectives. So we have bodies that are chosen for us, or we choose our bodies and we come into the world and we try to get what we can spiritually out of this experience by living physically. And we have to keep reminding ourselves of this every day, because if you don't make amends for the things you've done in your life, you might think, oh, it's not a big deal, whatever. When I die, I'm not going to remember anything anyway. And that's not true at all. Everything you do is important, because whatever you say or whatever you do can affect someone else's life. And if you have a spiritual burden upon yourself that you don't take the time to make peace with somebody in the past that you had a falling out with, or say something that you're supposed to say to someone, or stop being friends with someone that's causing pain in your life, if you don't make these moves that your spirit is telling you to do, because a lot of people don't listen to their heart. A lot of people listen to other things. A lot of people want to be, you know, popular. They want to be appreciated by everyone. They want to people please. They want Facebook friends. They want people to support their website. But at the end of the day, are you being true to yourself? And sometimes we get so caught up in wanting to be loved and wanting to be liked. We're not doing our spiritual work, which some of us are not here to be loved and liked. Some of us are here to learn specific things to raise our vibrations that we might have messed up in a previous life, or relive karma, or maybe we just fell here because we're just not getting it. I don't know. There's several reasons why people could be here. But we all have to take that seriously. You have to first start listening to your heart. A lot of people have heart problems, you know. It's very simple. These sciences are very simple. The reason why people have a lot of respiratory and heart problems is usually dealing with emotions, unhealthy emotions not being expressed properly. So you end up having chest congestion, sinus problems. Sometimes it's just the chemtrails, to be honest with you, but a lot of the time people have developed cancer and things like that is because of stress. Stress is a killer, and people don't take this seriously. Depression, anxiety is a killer. That's the leading cause of death, is usually stress, and the leading cause of people trying to get on drugs, because they're just taking a beating by life because the system is set up to be that way. And but if you tap into the spiritual, and what I mean is real spiritual truth, and not just religions that tell you to do A, B, C, and D, and if you follow these rules, then you will get into somewhere. If you actually listen to your heart, to things that make sense to you and that are positive, that's the first step on the right path. A lot of times, like I said before, people don't listen to their heart. They try to listen to their parents. They want to make their parents happy, so I'll do this and I'll do that. Or I want to make my boyfriend happy. I want to make my girlfriend happy. Or I want to be liked. I want to be appreciated. And we're not always here for that, though. We're here to serve our soul objectives, whether people like us or not. And we have to stay grounded and stay humble, because there are many realms, and this is just one of them. I actually believe that Earth has to be, what the evil ones are turning it into is a lower realm. And people are falling into lower vibrations because of just terrible health, not locking into truth, being misled, partying on Friday night, partying for the weekend all the time, and not taking time to really understand, ask questions. Sometimes it starts out with just asking questions. Who am I? Where am I? You gotta make peace as best as you can and do the right thing while you have time, because the Most High might take you out of here at any time for any reason, and you might say it's unfair. In my life personally, I've lost a lot of people. Recently, a lot of people have died last week that I know, or that someone else has known. So sometimes it seems unfair, but if you look into truth and you believe in your heart and you know that they're not, they're still here, they're just not physical. You don't have to worry about them. They're in a better place. They're in a more spiritual place. They don't have to suffer anymore with the physical form, because the physical body, there's a lot of suffering, and when you lose your body, you go back to peace if you're right within. But if you're not right within, there will not be peace, and you will go to the lower realms, because not because you couldn't be perfect on earth, but it's because you have to work out issues that you're dealing with inside yourself. And that's easier said than done. It's hard to talk to someone you really hate or have forgiveness, because sometimes people do things to us that are so fucked up that you're angry for the rest of your life. But honestly, you have to have forgiveness, because forgiveness is healing. You gotta let some things go sometimes, and that's what it's all about, to achieve completion and balance within the heart and the soul. Because there's a lot of evil on this planet. Let's just keep it 100. There's a lot of evil. There's a lot of sadness. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of people can't find a job, or they hate their job. They're miserable. There's a lot of things taking so much energy from us and not giving enough in return. And that can cause some folks to turn to the forces of evil, taken advantage of too much, and just not treated right. Just unhealthy ways of living, putting people on lower vibrational states, and we have to keep fighting. We have to keep fighting this war, because like I said before in my other videos, this is a spiritual war at the end of the day. It doesn't matter. In the spiritual realm, you don't have to report to the 9 to 5. That's not how that works. The universe doesn't work the way Earth does. Earth is its own system that was created by, it's usually a malevolent extraterrestrial race and a bunch of humans got together and created this system of the monetary system, which not everywhere in the universe follows these rules. It's just this planet. And it's causing a lot of people a lot of pain, because they have to give so much to survive, and we're supposed to be here to learn, but we can't learn because we're spending so much time trying to survive. That's why I tell people, look, so I at one point worked 2 jobs, and I worked 7 days a week, and sometimes you just have to say no. I understand our situations might be tough, but if you tap into your heart, your spirit, your ancestors, you will get help. 1 job's enough for me. 1 full-time job in my career, in my business. I can't do any more than that. Money's not worth it. It's not worth killing myself before I can, reap the benefits of my hard work. It's not worth killing yourself over. You'll get there gradually. And I think I'm running all over the place. I just want to say something positive, honestly, because I know there's a lot of people that are lost, down, angry, confused. They feel something in their heart, like this pent up energy They don't know what it is. It's your spirit. We have to listen to our spirit, because our spirit is going to give us the right answers. Ever since I started listening to my spirit and not being afraid of what my beliefs are in my heart, because all my life I was told reading tarot is demonic, meditating is demonic, doing yoga is demonic, studying the stars and space is demonic. When I actually looked into it, that's actually what we're supposed to be doing. And the reason why the people are telling us that connecting with nature is demonic is because the people in control are using the forces that we're supposed to be tapping into against us and giving us some bullshit religion and spirituality. When I actually look at the planets, the macrocosm and the microcosm, you know, it's all the same thing, really. It's just sizes and shapes and different forms, but it's all the same thing expressed. And the best thing I ever did was stop listening to what other people told me was best for me and actually listen to my heart. That all this time my ancestors were yelling at me because they knew in my heart that I had the energy, I had the spirit to do the work. And I had the power and the energy and the spirit to do the work. And they kept telling me all the things you want to do is what you used to do in another incarnation. You used to read the tarot. You used to pray to the ancestors. You used to do prayer ritual for the betterment of others and yourself. So why deny those feelings? That's your true nature. You know, connecting with plants and connecting with animals and connecting with the solar system and the moon. That's natural to me. And anyone who comes around me and tells me that's demonic, ever since I've been getting into this stuff, I had no problems with demons. I had problems with demons a long time ago because I was sitting here trying to be religious and going to church and stuff. And the more that I went to church, the more I was attacked by demons. When I stopped going to specific religions, which I'm not trying to shit on anyone's religion, I'm just saying, when I actually started listening to my heart and started reading my tarot, and my tarot was telling me some really accurate stuff about what's going on with me, looking into truth, studying the truth, you know, praying to the ancestors and the Most High for answers and always listening and always being humble. I haven't seen demons ever since, really. I mean, I've been bothered at night and stuff, but honestly, some of those beings weren't demons. They were actually, from what I've been told, they were actually family members just trying to say hi to me, and I was so scared. So they're just trying to wait for the right time until I come into knowledge of self and consciousness before they really start trying to talk to me, because they think that they're scaring me so they don't come around, but they want to say something to me, and I'm it's not always demons. I've definitely seen demons a long time ago, but the more that I'm burning sage, clearing my energy, clearing the air, working on my emotions, because sometimes emotions can attract dark forces and energies. You have to also understand that there are a lot of witches and satanic people that do ritual and spell and cast negativity on people daily. And they don't play around. They do this shit every day. And I would love to do this every day, all day, but I have to work and I have a business. But any chance I get to do this work, which is usually Sunday, I go to my temple for prayer, meditation, and chanting. When I have time, I do this because people don't understand how much ancestors and benevolent beings help us every single day. Out of nowhere, you get a job that you've been trying to get for so long. Out of nowhere, that girl that you always had a crush on comes into your life. That's spirit. That's spiritual stuff. That's why I always say thank you so much to my ancestors, because I know there are times in my life where a situation would seem so impossible, and I would just get on my knees and pray to the Most High, you know, not on some religious shit, just on some pure, heartfelt emotion, like, I really am doing my best, and sometimes this is how the Most High works. You give your all to something, and then God comes in, and if it doesn't really work out in the physical realm, even though you worked really hard for that, the Most High will come in and help you out, because he or she sees effort, you know? there were so many impossible situations in my life where I don't even know how I got out of that. I knew the ancestors were working, and I knew the spirit was working. I knew the Most High was working, because I just kept fighting. And sometimes you're fighting and you have a crappy sword and busted equipment, but because of that will and that passion and that fire inside, you keep going. The spirit is working with you. So this stuff is very, very real, you know. And I'm thankful to have this in my life. I'm not having that many problems with demons anymore. Chemtrails, yes. Crap in the food, yes. Crap in the water, yes. Electromagnetic waves hitting my head from the cell phones, towers, and all that stuff. That's killing me. But I haven't been dealing with demons, so thank God for that. I figured out how to clear that up. And I'm just so thankful for all the people who've been subscribing. I know I'm all over the place, guys. I haven't been sleeping. Like, I've been having insomnia because, you know, a lot of people pass away who've been passing away this week. So I've been having some really, really bad insomnia and anxiety. And so I prayed on it, you know. I said to the Most High, and I said, you know, when unexpected deaths happen, it's just, it hits you. I mean, it's like, wow, you know, didn't see that coming. And sometimes that's the way it is, because everyone has their calling, and everyone has their time. That's why I always encourage people, you know, one of the hardest things for me to get over in my life was making peace with things, and with people, places, things, situations that made me really angry in my life. But I had to make peace with it. And the more that I started making peace and doing the right thing, I haven't really been dealing with demons, and doing the rituals and praying, pouring libations, giving offerings to the ancestors, and giving thanks to all the help that I'm getting, because we don't, like I said before, we don't realize how much help we're really getting. We're getting a lot of help. Even though the fight is tough, we are getting a lot of help. And we always have to keep that in mind, because if we were just alone, we wouldn't get through this by ourselves. We all need help sometimes. My biggest problem was I always had to do things by myself. I had to always prove something, right? But when I realized that I did not get through my life by myself at all, I had a lot of help, and my ego and my anger got the best of me, whereas I was too blind to see how much the spirit was working to help me. And as an adult, I always take time to say thanks to people, you know. Whatever unfinished business that you have in your life, while you have time, take steps to dealing with that every day, because you never know. Like I said, there were a lot of people that passed away this week. Someone else I know, their colleague died that was on the job. Someone at my temple, someone who was a high person in one of the temples got into a car accident and passed away. And one of my close friends passed away as well. This has been a very tough week. And not only that, my birthday was on March 8th, and I had to go to a viewing of one of my good friends on the 9th. And this has been a week of ups and downs. And plus, I haven't slept in almost a week. I have had severe anxiety, but you know what? I believe that I've been visited by some ancestors and visited by some spirits at night, and not demons this time. So that's good. There were some people looking out for me that visited me. I could feel the difference in the energy. When I feel like there's like a demon near me, I feel like a lot of pressure and I'm scared. But when I feel like a positive like vibration in my heart and a positive warm feeling, I know that it's a good being around me. So it's been a tough week. This hasn't been exactly my most favorite birthday, but someone close to me did some really nice things for me on my birthday. Took me out to eat, bought me a gift and everything, and my mom did something nice as well. And I've been getting a lot of great happy birthdays on my social media. So I thank everyone for that. Also to my subscribers and everyone who's been supporting my channel. I want to do more in-depth videos about spirituality. I'm going to put all that stuff together by the end of next week. I want to come out with more videos, but forgive me guys, I've been very busy. I'm a one-woman show. I'm trying to do it all. You know, I do art, I do photography. I'm trying to get back into, you know, doing a little modeling, because I enjoyed modeling for art. You know, I love art and being a part of that aspect of it. Trying to reconnect with a bunch of old friends, which my spirit is telling me I have to do this now, as soon as possible, because I have to clear up anything that's in my heart that's lingering that I'm too afraid to deal with. I have to deal with that now, you know. I can't hide in my shell forever, you know, so you don't want to wait until you wake up and you're dead and you're a spirit and you said, dang, I should have said this and that to this person. I should have did this, because once you transition, you can still talk to people, but the barriers it's a lot harder, you know. The ancestors speak in symbols and situations. Sometimes they won't just tell you straight up, like, you got to get your shit together. Maybe something will happen in your life that'll make you realize, whoa, you know, I have got to do things better and do it right. You know, not only for myself, but for others as well, because it's not just about self all the time. It's about doing the right thing for yourself and others, because the universe reciprocates everything. You know, the more that you do, the more that you receive, and that's what's going to maintain the balance of everything. Everybody should be sharing energy and uplifting one another, not putting each other down. You know, the stuff that I'm into is not demonic. You know, a lot of people will throw a lot of shade at it, like, oh, that's that demonic shit. When I actually did the research, I realized this is the shit I'm supposed to be doing in the first place. And this is the stuff that my spirit gravitates to more than certain religions. So, but hey, it's working, because I haven't seen any demons. So, and if you're having trouble with demons, I'll give you guys some tips real quick before I end the video. The first thing you have to do is identify what kind of demon it is. Is it a succubus? Is it an incubus? Is it do they look reptilian? You know, you have to assess what kind of demon am I dealing with. There's lots of books on a dictionary of demons. I have one of them on one of my ebooks, Angels and Demons, and the principalities and things like that, and their levels of power, and you know. But you have to identify what's attacking you and why. What's a weakness in you? Do you have a lust weakness? Do you have a greed weakness? Do you have a gluttony weakness? Are you lazy? Like, what weakness in you is attracting this demon to you? Did you say something to someone and they never forgave you? Or did you treat someone with cruelty and never apologize? It's always something, you know. And you have to get to the bottom of that. Otherwise, the demon, because you're vibrating on that level, they'll be able to see you, your frequency. When you vibrate higher, they can't really see you, okay? Because you're moving too fast. Demons have a very slow, crushing energy, okay? When you start to develop that same energy as they do, they see you and they bother you. So, and they want to keep you there because they're miserable. So, identify what kind of demon it is. Why is it there? Maybe talk to it. Like, why the fuck are you here? They most likely will tell you some bullshit. But, you know, another thing is fear. If you're so afraid of this demon, it's like a bully. Once you stand up to the bully, it's over. You accomplish something and you move on. You stand up to the bully and say, you know what? And the demon, I'm gonna deal with this shit. You know. When you burn sage, now the thing about the way demons operate, I'm just going to do this really quickly because I answered this question. Someone sent me a very long question about the demons and things that they were dealing with, and I gave them a long answer. By the way, if you want some spiritual consultation, please send me emails. I go more in depth in my emails because I'm better at writing than talking. Obviously, I'm horrible at talking. Like I get so nervous sometimes, or my thoughts don't come out right. I try my best, but I'm better at writing because I could take my time and it comes out fluently. But so you want to assess the demons. What type of demon is it? Are there multiple demons? And how long have you been seeing this demon? It could have been a generational demon. Like in my situation, some of the demons that were attacking me were generational. They were there before I was born. That's what another psychic tell me. You always want to go to at least one psychic to get confirmation that you're dealing with a demon. And then you have to assess what are you doing and where are you living. Did someone die in your house? So you got to do a little bit of investigative work. Once you figure it out, then you can start to take offensive action and defensive action. For one, sage, since these spirits move through the air, sage is great for cleaning out the air and balancing out energies in the air. So you might want to burn some sage. There's other plants as well you can burn to clear the energy in the air, because air holds electricity as well. So these beings travel through the air, and they travel through electricity, and they travel through vibration and frequency. So when you can clean that, and then because we breathe in these demons too. We breathe in their essence when we're vibrating low, and they be all up in your mind, putting craziness in your head. So this is very serious stuff. That's why people burn certain incense and things, so you can breathe in those cleansing components of the plants and the sage and all that stuff to help clear out those demons, okay? Vapors and steam and stuff like that, cleansing. It's all about cleansing. So yeah, you have to do that. So the air is important. Your grounding is important. Earth, it's all the elements. It's fire, your spirit, your passion. Where's your spiritual energy at? Where's your fire at? Demons usually attack people that have a low fire, low spiritual energy, weakened spiritual energy. Then the earth, are you grounded? You know, are you aware of your reality? Are you aware that you're in the matrix? Or are you too caught up in the material? Then the demon's going to attack you anyway because you're too caught up in that shit. Then the water, you know, is your body messed up? You know, sometimes because you eat wrong and don't exercise and smoke cigarettes and smoke too much weed. And weed is good, but too much of it is not good, okay? But smoke too much, drink too much, be at the club too much, be around shitty people too much. The water in your body starts to turn brown and dark, and starts forming disharmony in the crystal structures of the water. So is your water right? So that's earth, air, fire, water, plasma, which is the soul, which is the star, solar energy. Okay? Then your consciousness, where's your mind at? So you got to make sure you're right. That's why demons, but ever since I've been doing what I'm doing, this stuff works. Yep, it definitely works. So, I'm checking the time. Alright guys, so I just gave you guys some very awesome quick tips on how to deal with the dark forces. If you want a spiritual consultation for more in-depth analysis, just hit me up on my email, my Facebook. My website is the best way. If you go on my website, which will be posted in the description, and just sign up, and or send me an email in the contact me section about what kind of demons you're dealing with, or if you're dealing with some negative energy, I can help you out with that, because I've been attacked by demons and dark forces for a long time, and on some very, very scary shit. Trust me. I put it in my artwork and the previous videos that I've done. And I tried every religion. I tried Christianity. I tried getting saved. I tried everything, and it would not stop this generational curse that was placed on my family by somebody generations ago who made a blood sacrifice to cast these demons on our family, which a psychic has told me. I believe this is true. You know, I do believe that our I'm not sure if our family is cursed, but I do believe that this thing has definitely been here before I was born. it's been bothering me and attacking me. And once I started doing real, true spiritual work, where I'm understanding the elements, understanding energy, understanding metaphysics and quantum physics and these types of things, I haven't had that many problems with these beings. And if they do come in my way or come in my dreams, I'm not really afraid of them like that anymore. I remember one time I was attacked by a demon in sleep paralysis. You know, the demon was doing God knows what to me, and I was just screaming. And I just said to the demon, you know what? Fuck you. That's what I said. I know that shit is real, but I was like, you know what? Fuck you. I'm not afraid of you anymore. That's when the demon gave me, like, I think the people's eyebrow for, like, the rock and shit. And, like, stopped attacking me. Because I just got tired of it. Like, fuck it. So, it's some powerful, powerful stuff, you know. Learning how to work with nature and learning how to work with your spirit. We always look for answers on the outside, but a lot of answers are on the inside. If you listen to your soul and your heart, it will lead you to where you need to be. And the ancestors, like I said, they speak through situations and symbols. So you might look at your clock and you might see 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Every time you look at your clock, it says 5. Maybe that's a particular sign that you need to take a look into. Like, why is the number 5 repeating? The universe is built on sacred geometry and mathematics, art and music, vibrations and waves. So if you start to see certain patterns of numbers or deja vus or things like that, that could be happening, because the expression of things can be seen through different ways. One thing could be like this, like a piece of artwork could look like this, but if you put some codes into the computer and tell a computer to make the same piece of artwork, the artwork might come out the same, but it's written in number language, if that makes any sense. Like I said, I'm terrible at explaining things. That's why I like to write. But mathematics is the basis of creation. Okay? Numbers, sequences, patterns, connections between things. Shapes are very important. The shape of something, like the most critical shape of our world is definitely a circle, you know, a square, a triangle. So these things get really deep, and like I said, and we can go more in depth about it, because every time I learn, I like to share, because it's the right thing to do. I'm not a master and don't claim to be, you know, but I want to do the best I can with my knowledge and my experience so it can help people. So they don't have to be attacked by demons. They don't have to pray to crazy gods that were created by religions that were written by the dark forces anyway. Because some of these religions were written by not philosophers and religious folk, but they were actually written by the dark forces that we're trying to fight, which is unfortunate, but it's true. And I don't say anything to offend anybody. I don't think I'm some douchebag, smug ass spiritual person. I just keep it real, and I'm on the path of truth, even if it hurts a little bit, because my whole life I grew up with certain religions and I really believed, but when I learned the truth that I was giving my energy to dark beings and gods who are not even gods, they're just humans trying to be gods, it broke my heart and shattered my reality. But once I started coming into truth, because the ancestors keep knocking on my head like, girl, you know that shit don't make sense. Not the smartest person in the world, but when my heart my instinct, the instinct's linked to the soul, by the way. Our bodies are, I want to just quickly go over this before hopefully my camera doesn't go out, but our bodies are designed to simulate spiritual aspects of that realm. So the mind will represent the consciousness, the respiratory system represents the emotions and the heart, the stomach represents the soul energy, the instinct, and the genital areas represent the sexual creative energy. And the body is designed to house all of these things. So if all these things aren't right, and there's one thing going this way and one thing going that way, then you're going to be pretty fucked up. But guys, I'm going to end it here because my time's blinking again. I got to get a better damn camera. I really do, but I just want to pray for everyone, that everyone has good fortune and positive vibes coming their way, and that everyone can make peace with their self and others, that our time is very short and we have to take that seriously. All right, guys, have a great night.